Many first-year college students face barriers while navigating college. Complicated forms, overwhelming amounts of information, and a lack of guidance through administrative processes can make it difficult for students to enroll, attend, and graduate from college. These barriers are especially taxing for first-generation college students and students from under-resourced communities. MDRC Center for Applied Behavioral Science, or CABS, is a research and design team. Its mission is to make programs work better for the people who use them and the people who operate them. As part of a project called On the Path to a Degree, or OnPath for short, CABS collaborated with colleges and students to identify barriers and co-design solutions. The project focuses on barriers in three main areas: enrollment and registration, financial aid, and meeting satisfactory academic progress, or SAP. Meeting SAP requirements includes having good enough grades and completing enough classes in a timely manner. Not meeting SAP requirements can affect the financial aid students receive.
With community college students, right, a lot of these students are first-generation college students. A lot of them are working adults. They've kind of been out of the mind frame of school for a long time. Because they don't have that parent or that advocate that can walk them through that process, getting through the maze of college can be daunting and it can be overwhelming for students.
It was my first time hearing about FAFSA. My dad didn't know. I remember us going to many workshops and nothing was registering.
Every college has a different system for enrollment and a different system for advising as well. So whoever you talk to, 100 different phone numbers, 100 different emails, each program you have to inquire about too. The big problem is that I didn't know who to talk to, where to go.
Insights from behavioral science and design can help reduce administrative obstacles for students, making information easier to understand, improving communication to encourage action and promote a sense of community, and making sure that students can easily access what they need can help them make good decisions. The CABS research team designed a set of interventions with the goal of improving the first-year student experience.
When it comes to behavioral science, we really want to make things salient for the audience and one that facilitates action. So for example, if an application or form that a college student has to fill out, if it is filled with jargon, they're not going to understand it. And we can use, different words to make it easier for them to apply. And so it may sound simple, however, these really small changes really do change behavior.
I think sometimes there's this perception of, the student should know. And usually whatever comes after that phrase is not helpful because it really puts a lot of responsibility on students for something that they don't necessarily have the context for. And so I think it's more helpful when we think about how can we change those systems and those structures to be more supportive for students rather than how can students learn to navigate those really complicated structures that exist.
There is no one single reason that those students are not continuing. There are multiple reasons. There are many things that are going on. With OnPath focusing on the challenges and barriers to enrollment and admission, financial aid, and satisfactory academic progress, these are all major areas for us in retaining our first-year students. And so that's why this is a great project for us. It will help us understand what those barriers are, and it will help us to identify ways that we can help to reduce or remove them.
A unique aspect of the OnPath project is that the research team is co-designing solutions with people who are directly impacted by the systems and challenges the project is addressing. CABS recruited 3 to 5 first and second-year students from each college to serve as research partners and met with them at least twice a semester.
We are training them in different behavioral science principles as well as design. And so they will be helping us with the design phase, the research phase, as well as even interpreting the analysis. They are not just students, but they are also going to be research partners.
We're being included, we're being listened to, our feedback is being valued, and also this is experience with research. It's legitimate experience that can be used on your resume. And I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy that we had the opportunity to, build this stone on our pathway to becoming professionals.
Collaborating with students helped the research team more effectively address barriers faced by college students and engage with the community throughout the research process.
I've been very empowered the past few weeks working with OnPath, just sharing my experience in the future that will benefit other students.
We are all about the students, and so I think their perspective is important. We have our lens of what we're doing, but to hear their lens is always really good.
I had a very rocky journey, and so for me to be involved in this process now is so full circle. I'm just hopeful that we can make a huge change, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of that change, not only with the college, but with systems of the college, with enrollment, and with everything going on in the college.